Have you ever wondered how to set boundaries without fear or guilt? I've been there and you're not alone. So, first of all, I'm Heidi Lynne, pleasure strategist. I'm so glad you're here and you landed on this video for a reason. So, today I'm going to help you have boundaries and not feel guilty about them. Can I save you from feeling that way? Thank you. Okay. Now, let's dive in. So, when you struggle to set boundaries because you feel guilty or you fear just doing it, it's because you are not clear on who you are. Okay. And a lot of times that can come from just our upbringing and being forced to placate others and appease others to our own detriment. And so I want you to know that when you are raised that way and you want to start setting boundaries with other people, it can feel extremely fearful because it can be scary because you don't know how they're going to react. Probably fearful that they'll judge you or they'll leave you, you'll be abandoned, or create some sort of conflict or something, or you feel guilty because you have, set a boundary, said no, and then you feel guilty because then the other person doesn't get their way, right? And so a tug on our heart can make us feel guilty about setting a boundary. But when you place more value of yourself on yourself, meaning when you own your value more than, or when you own your value and you care about yourself more than others, you don't necessarily struggle to set boundaries. And that might sound a little harsh, but it's true. So, what I mean by this is a lot of times, okay, when we're struggling to set boundaries, it can be challenging because we don't, ultimately, what it comes down to is we don't want to feel not good enough. Okay. So we struggle to set boundaries because we don't want to feel not good enough. We want to appease other people so that way they can be happy, right, with us. They can feel good about us, feel happy with us. Then we get some sense of validation. So then we feel worthy and good enough. Like we are worthy of existing when you already are worthy of existing. And let me tell you that if you've never heard that before, okay? You are inherently worthy of existence because you are here. You have gone through life that has conditioned you to believe otherwise. So perhaps you had an upbringing that wasn't very fun or fulfilling or happy, okay? I've been there. And because of that, because of the way that I learned how to navigate that situation, I became someone who wanted to be like the good girl, okay? And people please, like make other people feel good and at my own detriment. And I struggled to set boundaries. So whenever I tried to set boundaries, they were obliterated, basically. Obviously, like in childhood, that's a little bit of a tricky thing, but more so just the way that I was raised, and then I took that same behavior into a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, and that set of behaviors just kept perpetuating in that relationship. Okay. until it got to the point where I said, enough is enough. Like, I'm done being physically abused in front of my daughter. Like, it really was my daughter. Like, I remember looking at my daughter one night and in the middle of this altercation, and our eyes met, and I was just thinking to myself, she can't see this. Like, she doesn't deserve to see her mother get treated like this, and she doesn't need to think that this is the way that women deserve to be treated. Okay, so I ended up hitting a point where I was asserting more worth for our situation, more a better situation for me and my daughter, that I was asserting that we were worthy of that. Okay. And it took a long time for me to come and fully understand that boundaries are a good thing. I always felt like boundaries was a bad thing, that it was a negative thing. I was conditioned to believe that boundaries made me selfish, that boundaries was bad. And the only people that will tell you that boundaries are bad are the ones that aren't able to get over on you because of them. Does that make sense? Drop a fire in the comments if this is landing for you, because this is fire. Like, you have to understand that boundaries are good. Boundaries teach other people how to treat you. You set boundaries so that way you have a standard of what you're allowing in your life, how you're allowing to be tolerated, what you are and aren't allowing in your life. Do you hear me? Do you get it? Because this is so important. If you feel fearful or guilty for setting boundaries, it is because you are operating from a place of a lack of self-worth. When you are operating in a state of owning your self-worth and value, you don't struggle to set boundaries. Initially, when you start practicing boundary work, it's going to feel uncomfortable just because it's new. But as a normal way of operating, if you struggle to set boundaries, if you struggle to speak up for yourself, you're placing you're giving over your power. Okay, that's a phrase that's used a lot, but literally, like, you are taking like your power over yourself, your autonomy, and handing it to somebody else. Okay, and saying like, my boundaries don't matter, I don't matter, you matter more. That's not true. Okay, and if you believe that, if you believe that you're not good enough, if you believe you're not worthy enough, you need to work with me. Like, you need to get into my program, Love Alchemy. I swear to God, like, it will change your it will just change your life. Okay, in 7 weeks, my client has gone from, she came to me when she was struggling in her relationships, unable to set boundaries. People were vying for her attention. She felt guilty for speaking up and saying she didn't want to go to these festivals. She didn't want to hang out with her friends that weekend. She just wanted to be at home. She struggled to speak up. She struggled to tell her partner she didn't want to go out that weekend. Like, she was so busy taking care of other people's feelings and trying to moderate other people's emotions by morphing into being whatever everybody else wanted her to be, that she wasn't setting boundaries. And then once we started doing our work together in Love Alchemy, she has risen. 7 weeks, she has risen, and she has gone from waking up angry every day, numbing with nicotine, and just doing cannabis just to zone out, numb out, waking up hating her job, loathing her job. It was toxic. To now she was making $40,000 a year. She's owning her value, and she has gotten a job offer like a few days ago that gave her $40,000 more per year. She was making $40,000. In 7 weeks of us working together, she will be making $80,000. She advocated for herself and even offered $5,000 more above what the initial offer was, in the sake of self-advocating, in the sake of saying, this is what I'm worth, this is my boundary, this is my standard for my income. And she got it because of the work she's doing in our program. And she's been, in therapy for years. And she told me that she's done like this coming home to yourself type of work before, but my program is different. And it shows in 7 weeks to double your income in 7 weeks. of working with me. Like, but more than that, I want you to know the power that you have once you stop settling, once you stop abandoning, and once you start having boundaries for yourself. Do you understand? Like, when you start setting boundaries, you rise. Okay? You're not a bad person. You're a good person. You are taking care of you. The most important person is you. Okay? You need to take care of you. If you've got children, you need to take care of you so you can take care of them. If you have a partner, you need to take care of you so you can take care of them to take care of them. But ultimately, your partner should be taking care of themselves too. So you guys are putting in equal work into your relationship. Okay? And if you're a single mother, I send you all of my love. Seriously, just take care of you as much as you can, and allow yourself grace. Allow yourself grace with it. Okay? Okay. I feel like I've hounded that enough. But this is a huge heavy topic for me because I've gone through, I've lived both spectrums, and I love the spectrum of setting boundaries, speaking my truth, owning my voice. This is so much more powerful. You're not able to create a life that you want if you can't do that. Do you understand me? If you can't own your voice, speak your truth, hold boundaries, hold other people accountable, hold yourself accountable, your life will never change. You will be stuck in an endless hamster wheel of misery, dissatisfaction, unfulfillment, okay? Likely disease. So, I hope something in here landed for you. I'm Heidi Lynne, your pleasure strategist, and I'm here to make your life fucking amazing, okay? So, if something landed for you, put a fire in the comments, okay? Or just give me an aha, whatever landed for you. And if you got value from this, I really appreciate all your likes and subscribes for more content like this, okay? We're talking about magnetism. We're talking about law of attraction. We're talking about energy healing. We're talking about energy work, okay? We're talking about transformation, glow up, okay? That's what this channel is. I took a break for like 2 years trying to figure out my direction, trying to figure out my own life. And now I fully stepped into my purpose, and here I am. I'm surrendering to the universe and saying, here, I'm living out my purpose. I'm giving out my messages. Just, I'm doing the work on my own too. So I'm here serving you. So if you got value with this, please share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. I'm wishing you a very beautiful and magical fucking day.